Hello Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Surviving Mars in our Nova Roma series. In the first episode, we got just a really basic skeleton structure set up. Well, not really a skeleton structure either, because partly, when we say skeleton structure, we're including the dome in that, and that's kind of our next goal, right? We need to have something for these soon-to-be Martian colonists to actually live in. So we've got the beginnings of a skeleton colony, let's call it that. And we've got this concrete extractor that's running over the surface here and bringing in concrete. Of course, 20 concrete is its daily production, and it's storing a certain amount of concrete and waste rock as well, which we have created some depots for on the side. We also have some buildings that are going. Notice, by the way, they're already getting a little bit dusty. You'll notice as time goes on that these buildings will require maintenance, and we'll have to generally keep an eye on them to make sure that they are maintained well. But let's go back up to speed 2 for now. Like I said, we might mess around with speed 3 a good bit in this game, but for now, we will stay on speed 2 just to make sure we're all on the same page. Oh, nice. That's actually really good news. I'm seeing that in the sector we just finished scanning, we have some more metal. Now, it's not underground metal. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. We just needed to find any source of metal, really. Let's go back to speed 2. How do we go up to speed 3? I don't know even how that happened, but let's select our RC transport and we want to look around. There it is. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is fantastic. So now that we found some more metal, and it's not even that far away, I was a little worried about that at the end of the first episode, to tell you the truth, because there was so much. We need to go ahead and set up a route first. So load that, and then unload. By the way, you can hold down the control key if you're playing on the computer, if you want to scan a little faster. Unless, of course, that completely ruins everything. Hang on. Maybe that doesn't work when you're doing this. So this is actually a little bit closer. I can click on that first, because we've scanned that recently, I suppose. Yeah, that's what it does. So holding down control does help you scroll faster, but it undoes the command. Good to know. You can hold down control. I do somewhat know what I'm doing, I promise. Let's go ahead and get that guy working again. And we're going to bring in more metal. I was worried about that during the first episode because there were so few apparent metal deposits, but we've done some more scanning and we found some metal. One thing I would like to do as I begin this episode is we're going to actually open up our rockets menu, so to speak, and we're going to go for a new cargo rocket. Remember, because we are playing as SpaceY, we have 5 cargo rockets to work with, 5 different rockets, and only one of them is on the surface right now. Eventually we'll refuel it and send it back, but for now, we can go ahead and load up some new things. So some things that I would like to add to the surface. I will need a moisture vaporator before long, and I think I'm going to go ahead and request one. Also, a fuel refinery would probably be a good idea. Maybe even a Stirling generator. No, not just yet. Let's not do that. But I would definitely like to request an RC Explorer for those anomalies, and an RC Rover to help command my drones on the surface. And then beyond that, notice that we still have some cargo capacity. And in general, it's a good idea when you're making these requests. I can do a second moisture evaporator, I suppose. Evaporator. I can even do a third one if I wanted to. Third and a fourth. I could go crazy with that. I'm just going to go with the 2 because we do have a good source of water for now. But I could do a second fuel refinery. I could also do more drone hubs. That would be one potential way to spend some of my cargo space, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I think I just want to get myself some additional parts here. No, not orbital probes. Probes are nice, but as I've said before, they're not. You're going to scan sectors regardless, and that reminds me, there's one other thing I need to set up that can make that even faster. Okay, so we're almost done with our carrying capacity, and of course we are spending money on this as well too, so we can't just throw all the things in here, but okay, there we go. So we've ordered 3 more drones, and we're going to go ahead and launch this rocket. And it's now on the way. We'll get to track its progress by watching the percentage there. So I mentioned remembering something a moment ago. Let's go into our... Actually, we've already got it pulled up. We need to get a sensor tower built. And I think probably the best place to put it would be right there. This will help me scan nearby sectors much faster. And I'll go up to speed 3 so we can get it built somewhat rapidly. Oh, hey, there we go. That was fast. Good job, drone. Appreciate it. All right, so we've got a second rocket on the way. As you can tell, it doesn't make you wait too long for the other rockets to arrive. We have our main drone here, still getting some metal. You know, one of the reasons I'm really excited to be playing this game on the channel, I don't think I mentioned this in the first episode, but I've talked about it a lot with some of you in comments, particularly with a few of you who have been here. One of you in particular that's been here for a very long time. when I started the channel, I didn't start with a game like this, but when I started the second time slot on the channel, what is now the 4 p.m. time slot, I started it with a game that is very much like this one. And I wanted to do something different from what I was doing in the first time slot I had started on my channel, and so I went with a kind of a science fiction colony builder, and it's so good to be playing something like this on the channel again, especially because this is, I don't think it's necessary to say it's a better game. I think it's a different game, and I think it's deeper and richer in some ways. It's just a different approach to the same genre, but it's definitely within the same vein, and I really, really, really am excited to be bringing this one to the channel. And it's just, it feels nostalgic. It makes me happy to be playing this, because it feels like old times. So when there were literally like 50 subscribers on my channel, you knew everyone by name and responded to every comment because you had nothing else to do. Those were the days. All right, let's go ahead and go to speed 3 because we're waiting on that rocket and not a whole lot else at the moment. It's 50% of the way here. And again, we ordered a fuel refinery, so
sector scanned.
We will have the ability to... Really? So we found some more metal and some new concrete in that sector that we just finished scanning. Yeah, right here.
Active research.
Yeah, that's actually a massive concrete deposit. Look at that. That's huge. Okay, and we found a lot more water. So this is good news. We've got a lot of water very near us, especially in this area. We can expand out in that direction just a little bit and have a ton of water available to our future colony, to Nova Roma. That's fantastic. So we finished our research, and the moisture vaporator, which we just ordered a few, will now increase more water. Now we can go ahead and go for soil adaptation as well, which means we would unlock the farm building. Now we need colonists to work this. This is something we would put inside a dome, but it's more work efficient and requires no power. So it would produce a lot of food. I think I'm actually going to go with advanced Martian engines first, though. So if you didn't see this in the first episode, this research cost is 1,000 beakers, right? And because we are SpaceY, we're getting 200 research per soul, because that's our sponsor. And then, of course, we have outsourcing as a possible source. In exchange for 200 million in funding, you can get 1,000 beakers in the next 5 sols. So it just basically, it would add 200 more. So it would essentially double our research for 5 days, but it would cost us 200 million. Now, that's actually not that bad when you look at how much available funding we have. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's good to know that we can do that. And then, of course, the research labs, once we have them on the colony, that will help as well. Science institutes and genius colonists, which occasionally pop up, are quite nice. We can also queue up research, as you can see here, but we're not going to worry about that just yet, because I like making the decisions kind of as they come. I don't know, I guess I will keep... Do you see what I mean about Speed 3? Like, it's on Speed 3 right now, and there's not a lot going on in the colony. We will definitely go down to Speed 2, I think, when colonists arrive, for sure. But right now, we're just scanning sectors and waiting for rockets to show up. Things are going well. Rockets 3/4 of the way here. Off to a great start here on the red planet. Let's take a quick second look at other things that we can build. We can build a drone hub, and we will need a drone hub fairly soon. Tell you what, let's go ahead and pick our drone hub spot. We're going to pause really quickly. Keeping this as a general landing spot for rockets will connect a lot of that. Let's see. Yeah, I want to have this water. Can I have all of this in range? Yeah, if we put a drone commander here, too far from working drone commander. I know, you've got to have this thing on the edge of... We basically have to link them one by one. So this is one drone commander. We can only have it out to about here. See? Boom. When I cross that line, it's hard to see it, but when that's where the line was, that's where I can no longer build a drone hub. So we're going to need to think in terms of... Actually, let's look at where the corner is. How about that? If we're going to keep landing rockets there roughly, maybe we'll put one right about there. I literally have my finger on the screen right now to mark that spot. Okay, perfect. Why don't we go ahead and throw that down. No cable connection there, but let's put that there. Then we do need some cables. Now, the thing about these cables, they do cost metal. 1 metal for each 5 hexes long section. So it's not a huge metal cost, but it's there. It's noticeable. I'm going to just build this line out this way. You can only build it so far, then you have to re-click. It's kind of a funky thing. That's okay. And we'll go with that. And unpause. Now, because we're in range of the existing drone hub, the drones will still come here and work. Now, another thing that I can do is once I have my RC drone hub here, interesting, building not working, is your storage is full, isn't it? All right, so we need a quick depot. Producing concrete at record paces here. Always a good thing.
Scanned.
Let's put a concrete depot there. So the drones will take care of that in just a moment. So we found some more metal. That's good. Again, somewhat worried about that at the end of the first episode. So to find so much metal right away. Oh, here's some metal right here, actually. That's fantastic. Our rocket has arrived. Let's go back down to speed 1. And we are going to have you land where exactly? We could have you land on the other side of the wind turbines, or we could even have the rockets land across from one another, because right now there's no colony to worry about. We're not necessarily too concerned with where the dome is going to be just yet. Or we can have them be somewhat closer. I don't know. Hang on. Why did you turn? Oh yeah, that's right, because the right mouse button is the rotator. I don't know how I didn't figure that out in all the test play that I did, but yeah, let's go ahead and just land the second rocket here. Again, now that we'll have a fuel refinery, these rockets are going to leave pretty quickly, so don't worry too much about the location. Let's watch and enjoy, shall we? It's on its way down, believe me. Just give it a second, you'll hear it. Definitely did a little bit of tweaking to the audio settings, by the way, because I realized that in the first episode, there were some audio levels that left something to be desired. So I tweaked some stuff there. Come on, Rocket. I know you're there. There you are. Okay, I was about to say. Told everyone you were coming, and then you ditched me. Okay. So our rovers have arrived. We're going to get a couple out of this one, I believe. So now you are... This is our RC rover. So this is a mobile command center, basically a mobile version of one of these. Looks like we need to build one more... Do we need more metal? No, we're not out of metal. Not sure what the drones are waiting for, but let's go to speed 3 and figure out what exactly they're waiting for. Oh, they went to go... The drone literally went to go get some. That's funny. Good job, buddy. Okay, so notice the new drone hub now has several drones nearby that can help it. But now the drones in the existing base are going onto the new, as well as the drones that we just ordered. They're going onto our new friend here. We're going to go ahead and research that anomaly. And unloading the resources that I ordered. Also, notice the concrete is being slowly unloaded from our concrete producer.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Nice. New anomalies found.
Select a sector to scan.
We've got oh wow, we've got so much water near us. This is awesome. This is probably the most water in a close proximity that I've ever dealt with in my play of the game so far. So I'm very pleased with this. All right, so let's go with that for now. And I'm gonna leave it at that. That's fine with me. I can queue up one more if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Notice that we still have more to this concrete deposit. We'll be able to dismantle this concrete extractor eventually when it's done and just get another section of this. So we're nowhere near done. That's a huge concrete deposit back there.
Milestone achieved.
What did we get?
There's
new texts are available for research.
Barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Even the tiniest, simply looking rock, I guess simple looking rock, would be a better way to put that, can contain the answers to mysteries which perplexed the human mind for generations. Sometimes it takes just a simple discovery to assure us of the vastness of the universe, an encouragement to make us look beyond the boundaries of our existence and into the future. The following texts have been revealed on the research screen: Logi drive, Logi high-rise, Logi turbines, magnetic filtering, and productivity training. Awesome. So that's because we just scanned one anomaly. I'm glad we have this guy on our side now. Let's go ahead and get that next one. And let's also, we've got our RC transport looking for a new mission, and we are going to give him one right now. Now, they're already gathering this resource because it's within range, which is awesome. I'm not going to worry about that one then. So there was another one over here. I'm going to give that order and have him come back and leave stuff at the depot. Very good. And yeah, we're going to stay on speed 3. I'm quite content with speed 3. This is speed 3. This is the fastest the game will go, and I feel like it's pretty manageable at the moment. All right, so now we have a drone hub that gives us reach over a lot of the nearby water, as well as some additional anomalies, which is nice. Now, why aren't you guys getting that metal? That's my next question. Oh, I know why. Because you don't have a place to put it.
Active research.
Watch me give them a metal
Research
depot.
Complete.
And they will go.
Analyzed.
They will gather metal from everywhere nearby. All right, no active research. Need to fix that. So we have advanced Martian engines now, do we? What's that? Oh, that's what we were working on. I didn't know that's what the technology was, but anyway, we've unlocked some new research options, so let's take a look. Low-G high-rise, low-G hydrosynthesis. Oh, nice. We can actually... polymer factories and fuel refineries, as you saw on the prefab menu, normally we would have to prefabricate them on Earth and have them sent on a rocket, the way we just did. And I still need to build those too. But now, if I go for this technology, which is going to take 1,500 research, I can build them on Mars. That's cool. Ooh, I think, though, I'm going to go ahead and go for low-G turbines, because this will improve power production on wind turbines by 33%. That's a great thing to have before our colonists even arrive. These colonists are going to be living the high life, man. All right, so let's see. Because I gave them a metal depot, they are going to start... A couple of things are going to happen. First of all, these drones working this particular drone hub now have somewhere to put metal that is within their range. But also, drones that are within range of that hub from this one can come pick up that metal. So you want to have these connected to where they can kind of work with each other. Now, where is our RC Explorer? You're over here and you're done. So we need to go ahead and have you look at that one, please. Okay, now I've got some building to do. Let's go down to speed 1 so I can make some building decisions. What do I have? I can do more drone hubs, but I'm not going to just yet. We've seen how those work. I'm doing okay on power and oxygen surpluses. I know it says that we do not have a water surplus. That is because we are completely full. We are good on water, and so there is no extra water being produced at the moment. That threw me off the first time I saw it, but that's the way that works. Okay, a fuel refinery. Fuel, as you can see here, is going to require power and water, but it will produce fuel. And all you need is to put it somewhat near these other things. And you don't have to put it near these other buildings, but I'm going to, just for, you know, simplicity's sake.
Vehicle battery low.
Vehicle battery low, which one? Aha, our RC transport has a low battery. So this is our guy loading metals. I think we'll be okay. He's currently loading. We just have to keep an eye on his battery. How much more does this thing have? He should be alright. He's close by. Charging the batteries on these is... Oh, whoa! You just dodged a bullet, buddy. Yeah, his battery will be okay. The way you charge these is quite simple. You put them on top of the power cables, and they will fill back up with electricity. It's pretty cool. Alright, so once we start producing fuel, that'll get dumped on the Universal Depot, and the rockets will start automatically refueling. Specifically, the drones will start automatically refueling the rockets.
Breakthrough discovered.
Plasma rocket, huh? What's this? We're getting lots of nice breakthroughs to start here. Rocket travel time to and from Earth reduced by 50%. Awesome. That is a breakthrough down here, so it's a different tree. And we'll look at that in a little while. Okay. So you need to keep looking at stuff. Go check out that anomaly, please. And your charge is just fine. So this is our mobile drone hub. We're not going to use him for anything right now because we don't need to, but when we need to maybe go for an outlying metal deposit, we can totally do that. It's fairly straightforward.
Cable fault reported.
See, this has started to happen. And it's going to happen especially in this situation because this is the issue with running cables out. I think I was going to say that earlier in the episode. This is the issue with running cables out to these small external locations. See what's happening? They're mining the metal automatically and bringing it back to their depot. And then the drones from the core rocket will take care of the rest, which I love. Once we launch the rockets, of course, we'll need to replace this rocket with an actual drone hub, which we will. Not a problem. Now, where is that?
Anomaly analyzed.
He's unloading the metal, and he's also going to be sitting on a cable pretty much when he's done, I think. Or actually, he was sitting on a cable while he was doing that, so he charged back up. New techs are available for research.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye.
Yeah.
A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder.
Okay, so, yeah, we just heard that a moment ago. So now we have access to low-G fungi. This is, I have to say, I have played on this exact starting configuration before, but I just feel like the number of anomalies we're finding and the amount we're unlocking within the first hour of gameplay is just insanely better than I've experienced so far, which I'm loving. It's fantastic. I'm excited to bring our first colonists in. Now we've got the fuel factory up, so we are producing fuel. And how much fuel do we have? Which rocket is fueling? So the rockets fuel in order of landing. Like whatever order they landed in, that's the order they'll fuel in. We can go ahead and do some moisture vaporators. I don't think I'm going to just yet. I don't know that it's necessary. We can start thinking about a dome as soon as one of the rockets takes off, or both of the rockets take off. We're producing enough fuel. Did I order just one fuel refinery? Yes, I did. But we are slowly refueling this rocket. Once it's at 40, you can see them loading it up slowly but surely. Went up to 10 there from 9. We can click the launch button and it will leave automatically. Or rather not, it will leave because we told it to. But you get the idea. So let's go ahead and research that anomaly, please. And then we have our RC transport that now needs something to do because evidently he's once again run out of metal to mine. Oh, there's a metal resource right there. So now that we've scanned, we are definitely seeing a little bit more.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Good. No. Did it again. Again, the clicking is a little bit wonky. You have to left click to deselect. I don't know what it is that's making me constantly forget that. But something is making me constantly forget it. Alright, so we're doing okay on power. Eventually I want to have more solar panels and more wind turbines for sure. Yeah, that sector's been scanned, but we did get an initial anomaly from it.
There's more to the barren environment.
Okay, so drone swarm, which is what? Drone hubs are constructed with additional 2 drones, and the maximum number of drones is increased by 80. Good lord. Okay, well that's cool. How close are we to low G turbines? We're getting there. Let's see what else we can build. These extractors here, the reason I haven't built them yet is they are, as you can see, they require workers. They require colonists. So I'm not in a huge hurry to build them, but we will build an extractor over that. So I will probably have the dome over in this direction, I would imagine, because this is the resource that's going to need to be worked by the colonists first. And there is some metal near here too. This is actually a really good location to just have a more centralized base. So this is the starting location, but the main colony will probably start over here. And the resources we're producing will not have to travel far to get to a dome that we place in this location. We just run the pipes and the power lines over this direction. It's actually kind of... I think it is good to have your power, a couple of different power production locations spread out in different locations so that if you get hit by a meteor or whatever other disasters can befall the colony, because I'm not even that sure, I haven't played too far into the game, but once you have several different locations producing power, if one fails for whatever reason, maintenance related, meteor related, another M word, then you can keep running the colony based on your other power locations.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found. Select a sector to scan.
Okay, so we need to scan some more, but first I do need to continue to pick up metal because we found a bunch and we still... There we go. Perfect. All right, so we're going to scan across that top line there, slowly but surely. And it seems like the drones over here are still working. Yeah, they are. There's a metal deposit there in range of the... it doesn't have much metal left, but it's there. Oh, and there's an underground metal location over here. That's great. So that's actually a place where we can have colonists work. Obviously, that's... I don't know how soon that's going to be. I don't know. Maybe we'll work there. We can have a couple of different locations, but the issue then is getting colonists back and forth between different domes, because that would be a fairly spread out initial colony. So it just so happens that our first money-making resource and our first underground metal source for sustained mass metal production that would allow us to really expand our colony are really far apart from one another. Not the most convenient thing in the world. We're going to have to kind of pay attention to that as we go forward. How are we doing here? 27 out of 40? I'm going to let them keep loading up the rocket, and we're going to try and launch this guy before we end this second episode. But I do think, I don't know, I think I might want to have, since we have water over here too, I feel like this might be the better location for the first dome now. I do. We've already built the drones out this direction a little bit. It would mean running pipes out this way, but it's totally doable. And again, there's water nearby as well as concrete nearby. So absolutely feasible. We don't have to stay near where the rockets landed. We just have to be able to build the things that we've built so far around a location that can support colonists. It's challenging, but easier than it looks. When it gets tough is when the colonists arrive and you have to make sure that all of their needs are constantly met. Make sure they don't suffocate, make sure they're warm, make sure they have food. Because you can't exactly walk outside and plant an apple tree. It's a little bit different. Just a little bit. So let's see. Anything else to work on? We could place that dome. We could go ahead and say, yeah, let's have this be our first dome location. It's going to require 20 metal, 80 concrete, and 10 polymer, which of course we have. So we do want as much... I want it to be somewhat close here. Too far from working drone commander. So we're going to have to set up another drone hub in order to justify that decision there. Okay, now we can actually see the outline. That's better. So what would be best here? I could put you here. I could put you, I think I'd rather have you like right here on this edge. That works for me. No cable connection. We can fix that. So I have played one other colony where I went out this far, but I definitely had some colonies where I've been lucky enough to... well, not have to go out this far. So, we'll see how this goes.
Sector scanned.
All right, there's that. Finding more metal all the time, which is not surprising. We were told that there would be metal here, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and get some depots built in order for them to actually put some stuff down. And we should be able to launch that rocket very soon. But first... once the dome is down, we're going to be able to summon colonists relatively quickly. Universal Depot and a metals depot. And actually, let's put a universal depot over by these guys as well, because basically you need to be able to let these resources leapfrog between bases so that they can be transported by the drones. And that's exactly what happens. These drones bring it over here, these drones bring it over there, and then these drones use it, or
Pipe
whichever
leak
ones are
reported.
available. All right, we do have a pipe leak. Those problems will become more and more frequent the more power cables and pipes that we're using. That's one of the issues with having a spread out base, but in this particular case, we don't have a choice. These are the metals that we need to mine. Okay, so I think we're ready to launch that rocket. Yep, we are. All right, let's go down to speed 1. And we're going to conclude this episode with a farewell to the rocket, which brought us to Mars. It's going to take a second for it to launch. It always does, for whatever reason. Might be that the drone is still on board.
Achieved.
There we go. Totally safe for all those buildings nearby. Okay. So long, old friend. And with that, we have one rocket left, which has probably already started refueling. Yes, it has. It's about 1/8. It's exactly 1/8 of the way there. And we are going to place that dome in the opening of the next episode, and maybe summon our first colonists. Because I think we're pretty much ready. I just would need to triple check and make sure that everything is good to go as far as our food production, our ability to actually have food for the colonists. And we're going to need to maybe arrange one more rocket to land with some prefab buildings for the dome before we summon the colonists. We want to do this very cautiously. This is New Rome, after all. We don't want to make sure that we don't want to, completely muck this up on the first try, especially because Rome was not built in a day, right? So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.